The latest Jaguar XJ is an awesome looking car, and thanks to the depreciation, you can buy the most luxurious Jag for less than 20,000 euros.
That's a bargain, I'll take one.
And because it's still in production, it looks basically the same as the brand new facelifted model, which can cost more than 100,000 euros or pounds.
Too late will be the cry when the man with the bargains has passed you by.
The interior of this Jag has all those necessary luxury features, nice materials, plenty of leather, and of course it looks great and everything. But there are cases of melting, sticky buttons on the center console, on the steering wheel, and sometimes on the door switches in before facelift cars, which are used in hot climate areas. The body of this Jaguar is made from aluminium, so there is no rust. Well, almost no rust. Since all of these cars are standardly equipped with the great looking double sunroof. Now, the steel tracks of this sunroof often rust in the early before facelift cars. The dealer often fixed this issue by repainting the visible steel tracks under the front sunroof, but this is only a temporary solution, so the rust will come back. It will come back because the steel frame continues under the rear sunroof panel, which is simply not accessible without removing the complete sunroof frame. In other words, the only real and proper fix is to replace the whole sunroof cassette, which costs around 3,000 euros. So the best is to buy a car after the first facelift made from July 2012, because these models do have improved sunroof steel tracks. Although it's still good to check them before buying. The next issue with this sunroof is related to various rattle, creak or other noises from it. And again, mainly in the early before facelift cars. But strangely, this can happen in newer cars too. Although it was a lot of times fixed under the warranty. It's also good to check the electronic sunshades, because sometimes they don't want to close all the way. The electronics in this Jaguar is surprisingly reliable, at least most of the time. But there are possible issues with the multimedia system. You know, bugs, lags, freezing or a random rebooting can occur. But this is usually fixed by a simple software update. As always, it's good to check all the electronics, and as in the other luxury cars full with electronics, make sure that the battery is in a good condition. This car is standardly equipped with regular electronically adjustable shocks on the front axle and self-leveling air suspension only on the rear axle. The suspension is usually okay, but if you hear those unusual knocking or clunking noises, then the front control arm bushings can be already worn out. The air springs in the rear should still be okay, but you have to be prepared to replace them after approximately 10 years or if they start to leak. The standard equipment of this Jag is really big, so there are things like the keyless entry, electrically adjustable front seats with steering column, leather seats with leather dashboard, auto-dimming mirrors, touchscreen navigation system, cruise control, rain sensor, parking sensors, double-glazed windows, and some other features. The optional equipment included adaptive cruise control, rear seat entertainment package, heated and ventilated front and rear seats, Alcantara or leather covered headliner, and the list goes on. Of course, the equipment also depends on the various packages and the actual trim level. All the petrol engines are most of the time reliable, but since they are equipped with direct injection, then it's good to minimize issues with injectors or possible carbon buildup in high mileage cars by doing this. On the other side, the petrol engines in the BMW 7 Series or for example in the Audi A8 do have direct injection with its disadvantages as well, so it's not something special. But there is a special common problem with leaking water pump, mainly in cars made to 2012. However, even the newer models made to around 2015 can have this inconvenient issue, but not that often. There are numerous cases of leaking water pump even after 14,000 miles or 24,000 miles, but it can occur mostly at around 30 or 40,000 miles. So if you see a low coolant warning light while driving, then pull over immediately to avoid overheating and basically destroying the engine. The water pump was redesigned several times, but only the versions in cars made from 2015 are fully reliable. And that's why the very best is to change the water pump after buying as a preventive maintenance if you are buying a car made before 2015. The diesel engines are mostly reliable. Just use them on longer journeys, change all the fluids and filters in time, and make sure that the timing belt is changed in time as well. It's good to change it with the water pump and even a little earlier than the original interval. All the petrol engines are equipped with timing chain, which is usually okay, but in high mileage cars issues with the tensioner can occur, usually if the previous owner did long oil change intervals. This Jaguar can be equipped with the 6-speed or with the 8-speed automatic gearbox. Both of the transmissions are usually reliable, just change the oil in them and check them before buying. To summarize things up, it's better to buy a properly maintained facelifted car made from July 2012, avoid cars with any kind of performance upgrades, change the water pump right after buying if you bought a petrol engine car made before 2015, and keep 4,000 euros for the possible repairs if you are buying a car without the extended warranty. As usual, check the car properly before buying, and if you have personal experience with this car or more information about it, then you can write it into comments. Thanks for watching.